I know it did say that.
All right, we're going to give this a second. Okay, ready? Three, two. Hello, darlings, and welcome to Tags Live, the live edition. This is episode 666. Oh, Jesus, help me. Santu Santu
Mm.
Dominus, honey. You're not even Catholic. You did the sign of the cross.
You got to do it sometimes. Abracadabra, honey, protect us. Protect us.
Alakazam, Belcalis Alamazar. Anywho, I'm your host for the night, Kodi Maurice Doggette. Alongside, I'm filling in for Steve V, and I'm alongside our extra special guest for the evening, Amir Yass. Hi, Amir. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. I love your last name, Doggette. It's so like giving antebellum South style, honey, fabulosity. It's giving what it needs to give.
My dad's side is from Virginia, so I can see that for us. So,
hmm I'm thinking those, what are those like hoop skirts and just
oh,
like you're
girl.
playing bocce ball in the summer, girl.
I don't think my family was doing that, girl. I think that
Right when I said it, I stepped in it,
you
girl.
were
I
like,
stepped in it.
maybe not. We
I
was
might
doing
have
some
stepped in
voodoo
it
in
a
the
little
back.
bit.
Okay.
Well, there you go. 666.
Oh, oh no, we are doing the sign of the cross on this. It is not. That is not what this episode is going to be about. All
Protect
right.
us. Protect
Oh
us,
my God.
Lord.
This episode should have happened during Halloween or something like that because this I don't know. Protect us, Lord. This is not the
hmm
Omen. Okay, y'all.
Totally. Totally.
But
At
we
least, or the Friday the 13th. We need something to protect us, but it's okay. We'll make it through.
wait, and you know Friday the 13th is next month too. So,
There we go.
oh my goodness. All right, Amir. How is California? It's so bright and beautiful over there.
It's sunny, girl. I mean, it's been overcast for months. I mean, I live closer to the beach, so it's been overcast. But like, yeah, the last couple of days it was like a heat wave and we lost power. I was like, sometimes America's giving third world, honey. I was like, we're losing power, girl. I
It's
was like,
dark
oh,
and raining here, so I don't
oh
know,
okay.
girl. It's we just the United States is turning into never mind. Anyway, so let's get
Oh,
into these topics. Are you all ready to
yes,
dish it up
I am
tonight,
ready.
Miss Thing?
I am. I am, Miss Thing. I am
Fabulous.
ready.
Fabulous. Well, we're going to start off a little bit light today, okay? A trans man from TikTok couldn't help but wonder if his love life for masculine clothing was giving other queer folks the wrong idea. A TikToker named Reed turned to the internet to help him with the style emergency. Reed shares, my problem is that basically I really enjoy dressing like this awesome, somewhat as sorry. He really enjoys dressing like this, somewhat as a humorous thing, but also a gender affirming thing. He went on to say that he likes to look like a really dude. And there are plenty of other ways to look masculine and not like you hate women. He says, how do I maintain that I am a decent person without compromising the things that I like to wear to express myself? Any thoughts on this, Amir?
I do have some thoughts. I mean, I know that when I first kind of came out, I was dressing a lot more feminine and I was doing dresses and wigs and makeup and painting my nails and kind of like playing with that gender roles or maybe I had a little gender dysmorphia that I was working through. But as I've like gotten more comfortable in my queerness and it's been over 15 years, like I definitely dress a lot more masculine. I mean, I'll have like a handbag here and there, but it's not as much. I'm not wearing heels and nothing against that. It's just not in my identity anymore. So I wonder
Mm-hmm.
if spending a lot of your life presented as female and born at birth as female and then now you're stepping into being a trans man, maybe you're just kind of like really trying to explore the masculine side more.
Yeah.
And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, is it making other queer people uncomfortable? I don't think so. I think he might be overthinking it. I was very like not strictly, but very just like gay. But now I'm like a lot more open to trans people. I feel like I'm even open to like a straight couple. I think I've just as you get older, sometimes you express like you find your sexuality, and then that kind of dictates how you dress. If that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. So I don't know. I
Yes.
feel like he might be overthinking it a little bit, but I mean, if he's happy being a dude, like do it.
To be a dude. I love it. He even said that he was going to a monster truck rally. And I was like,
Okay.
ew. And, but
I
more
don't know
power
about
to
that. I
you.
think you lost me. You lost me there. I
Don't
was
buy
trying
me
to
a
be real
ticket.
supportive. And then you lost me there. But I mean, again, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Like, I'm never going to be at a monster truck rally wearing Timberlands, but that's just me. Like,
Oh, I
I'm,
love Timberlands and Doc
look,
Martens. Oh
oh,
my
I'm sure you look
goodness.
good in that. Oh,
I'm a
I like
boot
Doc
girl.
Martens. You're a boot girl. I mean, you look, but I think that it's all
The
about
boots.
how you put it together. And if he's putting together these looks and he's really happy with them, kudos to you. There's a woman in West Hollywood who wears head to toe pink and paints her nails pink and her hair is pink and she's a cuckoo bananas, but she owns it. Good for her.
Yes. Love a
Own it.
cuckoo
Whatever you
bananas.
do, own it. Like
That's
Lisa Renna
right.
style. Just if you're gonna wear all black, you're gonna look like you work at Barry's boot camp, own it. You want to wear head to toe color, own it. Like I'm all about that.
Yeah, and you know what? I went to their TikTok, his TikTok, and I saw that he is a dude through and through. But he's very comfortable in his skin. He even showed
Mm.
his post transition pictures, and I thought that was very, very brave because a lot of people that go through transitions, they are they have complete dysmorphia about who they were before or
Mm-hmm.
how they saw themselves before and now they just want to affirm things in the now, and I completely respect that. I think it's completely valid, but I also think that him being able to do this shows how comfortable they are in their skin right now. So I really applaud him. A lot of people on the internet were saying that he just has to be himself, and then he will show other people that he is a likable, non-misogynistic person. And I think that that's the way to go because demeanor goes a long way. But you know
It
what?
does.
I was actually
It does.
thinking about it, and I kind of came to the realization that
Mm-hmm.
that's the first impression that you get. If the first impression that you get is somebody is a dude's dude, would you even really talk to them? That's my question to you.
Hmm. You know, funny enough, for someone who's I'm definitely a bit more effeminate, and it's not a criticism. I love feminine. I owned it. It's taken me a while to get there, to like really love it and to appreciate it and to love the way my voice sounds and all of that. But I'm through and through actually quite masculine. I like to be in charge. I like to order the Ubers. I'll pay for my friends' dinners. I'm like when it comes to traits, I think very masculine. I'm very masculine. So I'm actually very attracted more, and I've been with feminine men and I've dated feminine men. I've been in a relationship. I don't have a problem, but I generally tend to feel more comfortable with a more masculine presenting man. So I actually would approach. I find that to be more attractive. Even though I'm so like in charge and comfortable with my life and who I am, I like a man who's gonna like, if we're walking on the street, he's gonna walk on the side of the street. You know what
Oh,
I
you
mean?
talk
Like,
about dating. I was talking about just
uh-huh.
talking to somebody. Even like if you think
Oh,
that somebody looks like uh
mhm,
quote unquote dude, it looks like they could possibly be
mhm,
misogynistic. But oh no,
mhm.
I'm now I'm
Oh,
involved and interested in
okay,
the
okay.
kind of men you
Well,
like to date.
I didn't answer that correctly. Okay, so if someone's presenting like but how would you know if someone's misogynistic? I guess it's just the way they're presenting themselves. It's hard in a city like LA and New
Yeah.
York because I feel like when I lived in Dallas for 3 months, I definitely like when I would go to gay bars, it felt like I was at a straight bar because everyone was very much presenting in a certain way.
Uh-huh.
And so I think in cities like LA and New York, people play with fashion and stuff more, even when they're straight. So I think it's like sometimes harder to like. I feel like in Dallas, it was harder for me to approach like a guy with a big belt buckle and he looks
There it
very.
is, right
That was
there.
hard. So the
Yeah.
answer is it would be hard, but it depends on the city. Like in LA, it's you're wearing Amiri. In Dallas, it's like you're wearing Boot Barn, right? It's a little different. Like
A boot bar.
not Boot Barn. I couldn't think of like what is like that authentic Kimosabi, whatever.
There's a whole bar for boots in Texas? That
They
sounds
have it here.
amazing.
Uh-huh. You didn't even know about Boot Barn? You can
Let's
pick
go to
any
Boot
boots. They have
Barn.
glitter. They have glitter cowboy boots. I mean, it's amazing. Amazing.
Here
Yeah.
I come, Cowboy Carter. Oh, I love
You would
this.
love
Yeah,
it.
and
You would
the
love
reason that I asked that question is because I agree with you. I think that if I come across somebody that I initially saw could be quote unquote misogynistic, or they have that like masculine alpha male type energy going on, I wouldn't even approach them most days. And so I see what he's saying. I see that uh, he could be perceived that way because the way that he looks very masculine. He's super cute, but he looks very
it. Super
masculine.
cute. Yeah.
Right? Oh my god! I was like, girl,
I'm
let
feeling
me
him.
see
I'm like, is
that.
it the summer or am I having a hot flash? Am I going through menopause? No, a man like that, I'm like, throw me around, but like also be kind, right? Like,
Yeah,
can we find, I don't want you to be, I think for me, it's like, There is a lot of like I've dated straight men and gay men who are very like straight presenting, super like, and I've dated straight men too, but dated people that were very like masculine presenting, but then were very hard on like drag queens. Like I don't like that's not my scene. I don't want to be
Oh
around it.
no, man.
I don't like gay culture. And then number three, they put down, oh, he's too much. Like that, I don't like that's too much. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
okay, so now you have that internalized kind of misogyny, and that's not hot.
Yeah,
I don't like
that
that.
doesn't pass the vibe check. Well,
No.
I think the final word is that we you come across how you come across, and then you have to work in order to basically show people that you're not a misogynist, but be comfortable and be yourself and authentic at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I think the final word was that we both want to get in bed with him, but that's a different, I guess, it's a different show.
That's a different conversation. You've been trying to take it there the whole conversation, and I live. That's what this show is about.
I
But
like him. I mean, something about him. I'm telling you, there's something about someone affirming their gender that I just have in the last couple of years find so attractive.
yes, I hear you. I
Oh,
hear you,
there you
boo.
go.
All right.
There you go.
Moving right along. Just
Yeah.
last week, we reported on Ainsley Baker and her partner Liz Victor, who, upon visiting Boston's Liberty Hotel, were rudely and unjustly removed from the ladies' bathroom for supposedly being trans women, while in fact being cisgender women. Well, the couple has been sharing their story on various media outlets, even going on CBS News for an interview. In an interesting turn of events, the Liberty Hotel shared an updated statement with Boston.com saying that it had concluded an investigation and suspended the security guard that removed them from the bathroom. The hotel
Okay.
also pledged a donation of an LGBTQ plus charity and to implement mandatory retraining for all staff on inclusive practices and guest interaction protocols, with a particular focus on creating a safe and welcoming space for LGBTQ plus individuals. They go on to say the Liberty Hotel is and always will be an ally of the LGBTQ plus community and a place where everyone is welcome and celebrated. The statement continued, we will continue to educate and train our team to ensure that everyone feels safe and accepted within our walls, and guests who do not show tolerance and acceptance towards others will be removed. Now, Amir, do you think this is too little too late or a valid and timely response?
I mean, how much time do we have? Like, I think,
Well, we only
I
got
mean,
47 minutes left.
that part. Well, let me
That
just
part.
try to find my words. I mean, I think, listen, I've never been to Boston. I have no interest in going. I think the best thing they did was the Boston Tea Party, and that's it. So, period on that. I think that it's a lot of bullshit. It's too little too late. I think the hotel initially they released a statement saying that they were not wrong and that they did everything that right. And now they're backtracking because of the hate they're probably getting. Um, First of all, like why are you patrol? First, people just want to go to the bathroom. Nobody's trying. First of all, in a city like Boston or New York, you're just trying to pee at hotels. I always
Yeah.
pretend I'm staying at the freaking Greenwich Village Hotel because I want to go pee. Like, there's nowhere to go to the bathroom in these big cities. So let people just go to the restroom. I just, again, it's good that you fired the, security guard, but like the problem is our country. It's this administration. It's that we have all of a sudden made the 0.01% of our population like patient zero, person non grata, let's attack every trans person. The numbers are so minuscule, it's a joke. Like when you sign into like legislation, no more trans athletes in, sports, it affected 7 people. 7. In the entire United States, it affected 7 people. So it's like a joke. This like hysteria is like a joke.
Yeah.
So you're gonna now go into the restroom and like, and the fact of the matter is, if they were not queer, if they were straight women, there would be a lawsuit. I mean, this is insane.
I
Like,
think there should be a
so
lawsuit.
there should be a lawsuit. I mean, we are taught to kind of forgive a lot, and I think that I'm just kind of over it. And this whole
I'm
DEI
over
initiatives
I'm
being,
over that.
I'm over it. Like, I'm done. Like, this country is like so. It's like they're still trying to make up for allowing Barack Obama to be president. That we need to go back to the Middle Ages. Like, it's a joke. So I'm just kind of like, when I hear these stories, I'm just like, okay, Boston, you're no, no.
Well, I've never been to Boston. I would like to visit, so I'm not gonna say anything mean.
You see that Liberty
But
Bell? Is that correct? Is a Liberty Bell Boston? No, that's
girl, I
Philadelphia.
don't
Never
know.
mind.
No, that's
Never
in
mind.
Philly. I used to live in Philly. The Liberty Bell is there.
Yeah.
and The Love
Not
and
bad.
Betsy Ross's House. I used to live in Philly.
Oh, okay, Betsy
Yeah,
Ross's house.
I've been
Okay,
to
I'm a little
Betsy's
more
house.
interested. Mm, okay, I go to Philadelphia, but I have no interest in seeing brick after brick in Boston. I'm good with those brick buildings,
Let's
girl. You can keep
go.
them.
We explore
You can keep them.
together, and then we can go to P Town afterwards.
Okay, you listen. If you're
See?
there and we're going to P Town, I might forgive a lot. But also,
Okay.
this is another thing. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm joking because I think it's important that even when we're mistreated, that we still go places and take up
Yeah.
space. That we still show up and we still. And again, these women could have just like slunk away and not said anything and really just like lived in their shame. But I think speaking up is really important. So I'm
Oh,
happy that they
definitely.
did. Yeah,
I honestly
yeah.
think that that's why the I was going to say bank, but the hotel responded and actually brought everything back to the middle here. They felt shamed, and I really honestly think that more interactions like this will make people feel more shame, and they will
Mhm.
actually start to turn the tide. Because if you are kicking cisgender women out of the bathroom by mistaking them for trans women, who's to set the rules in the bar? So I think that people will think twice before they do this
Mhm.
ever again after seeing this
Mhm.
and seeing how
Mhm.
shamed they are. And I think that that's, instead of making America great again, I think we should make America feel shame again, because we some Americans have been acting very shameless, okay, and acting a whole
Shameless,
fool out
honey.
here.
Yes.
Yes.
And we're not
So
talking about
bring
the
back
lovely show
shame.
with Emma Rossum. We're talking about
I love her.
shameless
She's
as in
adorable.
life. As in
Shameless was
life.
such a good show, by the way.
It's a good show. It's a good show. I mean, I think the thing with me with this whole like trend, and I'll just say this and wrap this up, is that like America needs to just mind its own business. Like,
Yeah.
when was it we had like government stayed out of our business? Like, I want to just go to the restroom. And the fact is, like, why can't a woman present more masculine and be like, I mean, they're not straight, but what if she was like a straight woman who wanted to have a short cut, like Sinead
Yeah.
O'Connor?
And wear
Rest in
baggy
peace.
clothes so she could be
Who cares?
comfortable.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but you know what? Last week, because we reported on this last week. So I shared a story about a friend of mine that went into the bathroom and got removed, and she is a lesbian that dresses a little bit more masculinely. Has anything like this happened to you before, like in this situation?
Never in this kind of capacity, but I have friends that are like studs and they're very masculine, and you really would not know they were biologically female. And they don't identify as trans, they identify as studs who are very masculine. So I've seen that where like there was a club in LA. I forgot what it was called. I just can't remember. But it was like men only. And my friend would always come with us. Like they would never clock her. They would never be like, "You can't come in."
I
Like
love that.
they would never know. So I
And
mean,
she's probably
again, this
turning
is like,
boys out in the
yep,
bathroom stalls.
yeah, studs, honey. They
they
are
are
amazing.
they are
They are a
fabulous,
superpower.
honey.
But I have been. I got into an Uber once, and I was wearing like this is my fur phase. I was doing the bodysuit with the heels and the wig and the 22-inch wig. Like I was really bringing it. And I got in, and the guy was like, "You're not. You don't look like your picture. Like you need to get out of the car." And I was like, "No,
What?
like I'm Amir." And like I took my wig off, and I was like, "You're gonna fucking drive me." And he was like, kind of like trying to kick me out of the car. And in retrospect, it was probably best to get out of a car where it could have
Yeah.
ended badly. But I did feel, I mean, not to any level of a trans person, but I definitely feel kind of unsafe in a way. Just presenting more feminine, like presenting more female in that way in that car. Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird situation for sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, boo.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I still look fierce in that 22-inch wig, honey, and I could
I
fight. I
mean,
would beat
but
that
you
man
took the
down.
wig off. Did you mess up your lace? Oh my goodness, girl.
I did. Well, I don't. I never glued down because I got hot
Uh,
in the club, and I like to take it off. I take the wig off
oh
because
my
she
God,
could
I want
not
to go out with you in
afford
a wig
real hair,
now.
honey. She could not afford the real wig.
You could
It
afford
was
22
synthetic.
inches though, so that's something.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. And in our next story, a Republican senator and Trump ally introduces a bill to make all porn illegal. Uh, the Republican senator from Utah, Mike Lee, wants to redefine obscenity in a way that could render all sorts of legal sexual content illegal. His proposal would make the definition of obscenity so broad that it could ban even the most mild pornography and possibly even
Mm-hmm.
more. Lee and Representative Mary Miller, what a horrible name. Anyway,
Mary Miller, girl, get
Mary
it.
Miller Sorry if any of our listeners are named Mary Miller, but I feel like that's the most boring name in America.
It's a bad
They
name.
introduced
Bad.
a companion bill in the House and have made no secret of the fact that the Interstate Obscenity Definition Act, or IODA, is intended to get porn off the internet. They say our bill updates the legal definition of obscenity for the internet age so this content can be taken down and its peddlers prosecuted. Oh my goodness, the Austin Wolf of it all. Lee said that he
Oh.
introduced the legislation. Word on the street is that the bill would ban all adult content and even TV shows like Game of Thrones, even before House of
Girl.
Dragon raps.
Okay, yeah, please don't come after our shows. I know they got a little incest going on, honey, but we forgive a lot for them dragons. I just, I have so much to say. How do I say it without offending people? Maybe I don't give a fuck. Listen,
We don't give a fuck.
we don't give a fuck. Republicans are in porn. There was that senator that was doing gay porn that is trying to do conversion therapy in Utah, honey. You all are making Grinder crash during the RNC. Y'all are looking up dolphin sex. I'm looking at you, JD Vance. So y'all are the ones that are actually using all the junk. So why are you trying to come after us? Let us live. I don't care what someone does in the privacy of their own home. Of course, if it's child pornography, I'm obviously not a fan of that. But if every other if someone has a fetish or a proclivity that they want to pursue, I'm like, why are you guys so obsessed with people's bedrooms and their sexuality and what they're doing? It's kind of creepy. It's like why are you so? It's like that straight guy that's always like, oh, you faggot, you gay, you gay, you gay. Honey, you're so obsessed with being gay. Are you gay?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you so interested in what people are doing? I guess Mary Miller has nothing better to do than milk a cowgirl. Like, what are you? We literally have food deserts in America. Our healthcare is a nightmare. People are dying because they can't afford their insulin. I know someone who's literally going across the border to Canada because insulin costs $1,500 a month. That's literally someone's rent for their medicine that
Wow.
keeps them alive. So if this is what you're worried about, we are in 3 wars currently. India, Pakistan, you have Ukraine, you have Gaza. Like, are you guys like, is there nothing else to think about? It's baffling to me.
Oh my
You're
God.
so worried about porn.
You put it so eloquently, and you hit all the points I wanted to hit. I think that
I try.
these people are shooting their own selves in the foot because they really are the ones that can. Utah is the state that watches the most porn, and they are
Oh,
wild with it. Yes, they
okay. We
are
all
insane.
see mom talk. We know mom talk. We see Mormon wives. Like, we see y'all. Y'all
We
are
seen
freaky
Real
deaky.
Housewives of Salt Lake City. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
those some
Freaky
freaky girls
deaky.
over there.
That's what I'm saying. That's well said. Also, the thing I always say is like, maybe if you watch some porn and got off a little bit, you wouldn't be so angry at the world. How about that?
Yeah, how
How
about
about that?
that? And you know what? You know what? I would like for them to take away porn. Maybe then people will get activated because once their porn is taken away, they'll have a lot of pent up energy, and they'll be
Yeah.
like, "This is
Yeah.
unfair." But so I
Yep.
mean, it can go
Yep.
both ways. So maybe the people on the right need to get laid or watch some porn. I mean, the people
Hmm.
on the left need
Hmm.
to have their porn taken away so we can get activated out here.
There
So
you
I don't
go.
know.
Maybe that is. I
I
like that. I
sought
like
world
that.
peace. Can you
You
believe
did.
it? Oh
You
my
did. You did.
gosh. What
You
all Miss
did.
Americas wanted, I have just provided to them.
Yeah, I like that. It's like you don't, you don't come, so you vote. I like that.
That's right. Come on
Okay.
now.
Okay.
That's my slogan. Come on now.
I like it. I would vote for you, girl. I would vote for you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Well, moving right along to the next one. GLAAD's 2025 Social Media Safety Index, released Tuesday, shows that protections for LGBTQ plus people online have eroded dramatically over the past year, especially on platforms owned by Meta and Google. The report, now in its 5th year, delivers a sobering snapshot of an online environment increasingly hostile to LGBTQ plus expression, particularly for transgender and non-binary people. GLAAD scorecard, which evaluates 6 major platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Threads. Threads is separate from Instagram. Anyway, YouTube and X
I guess it's the same thing. Yeah.
it's the same thing. Found that every company received a failing score. TikTok was rated highest at just 56 out of 100, while X, formerly Twitter, scored the lowest at 30. The most alarming developments detailed in the report include Meta's overhaul of its hateful misconduct policy to prevent users to characterize LGBTQ people as mentally ill. Language GLAAD says echoes political and religious attacks aimed squarely at the trans community. Sorry. YouTube, meanwhile, has removed gender identity expression from its list of protected characteristics under its hate speech policy, a quiet but significant policy change that leaves trans users vulnerable to targeted abuse, the report notes. What are your thoughts on this about this social media safety index and the scores that all of these platforms have received? Because they all failed. I mean, who are they protecting? Amir?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, you better say that. You better ask that question for the cheap seats in the back, honey. Yes. I mean, who are they protecting? They're protecting the majority, and I think people are uncomfortable. And it's not about sexuality. They're not uncomfortable about that. What they're uncomfortable about is anyone who is expressing themselves fully authentically and just living their lives. There is no reason for you to go to a trans person's foraging TikTok and write "you're going to hell" when they're looking for mushrooms on the side of the road. Like, you have a larger problem, and
I love Black Forager.
that
part, is that who you're talking about?
Like, I wasn't talking about her. I love her, but I was just kind of making an analogy.
Oh, a general. Okay, all right, yeah, okay.
A general
cool.
analogy.
But send me that person too, because I need that in my life.
Love them. So I think it's like for these, Instagram, Meta, whatever, to all of a sudden make this declaration. I think it comes on. You can't. I know people are like, "Oh, you're going to blame everything on Trump." No, I don't think it's about Trump. It's about making. Yes. We are okay. It's about making hate. Like, hate has become like a brand, right? It's like something that now people are. Let's say you're like 10 years ago, you were homophobic and xenophobic and hateful. It's like you almost felt a little embarrassed to say. I mean, there were people on the fringes that would, but now it's like a brand to be hateful. It's like chic to say, like, I hope everyone that's like goes away. Let's like self-deport people. Like, I mean, you're gonna give someone $1,000 to deport themselves. Like, what's happening? Like, I just don't understand. And this has been less than a year. So I'm like, in 4 years, like, America's just gonna be upended. But I have to believe that all of this stuff is happening to people who can carry it. Queer people have been through worse things. People of color have been through way worse things. That, okay, when I report someone, I end up getting the flack. They don't get taken down. So you want to cut my throat, you want to slit my throat, you want to kill me, you want to push me off a roof. Great, do it. I don't really care anymore because I live online for people who want to uplift me, and you want to write those comments, honey, it says more about you than me. So you want to be hateful to someone who's trans, who's trying on their dress? Okay. I mean, I see it on those people say, you're a dude, you're a dude. Okay. Okay, you called someone who's trans a dude. Do you feel better about yourself?
They probably do, honestly. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like you said about the whole limiting of the porn and things like that. Why are people so concerned with what other people are doing in their lives? They need to be focused on their own lives and less worried about what I'm doing over here. And also, I think that this is completely and utterly ridiculous that this is even in that this had to come out and report this about these different platforms, because I don't even know if they're going to take it into any regard, because I don't think that they even really care. Like you said, it's all Trump's fault. You said that. I didn't say that. No.
I did say that.
No, I did say it. I said it too. But I you know what? The fish stinks from the head, basically. And what he is putting out into the world is trickling down to everybody else. The worst type of trickle down economics you could ever think of is going on right now in this country. It's all Trump's fault. It is pervasive. And I think that Trump's base has been galvanized by him and all the things that are going on. And I feel like that is why a lot of hate is more seen and more prevalent out on these platforms. But it's up to these platforms to be shamed, like we were talking about in the last story, in order to... It was the last story, right? Anyway. It was. It was. Time is funny like that. No. And to actually doing the right thing in this situation, which is protecting people from hate speech, because that is the right thing to do.
And that's always going to be the right thing to do. And I think if you want to be on the wrong side of history, go right ahead. Defend Kanye West, defend Elon Musk, defend,
Girl, Kanye is
all of those people.
indefensible, honey.
So it's fine. But there's a lot of people that love
So
him
is
and defend
Elon.
him, and that's fine. There's a lot of people that are like, he's a genius, you should forgive him. And that's totally fine. And you want to be on, that's fine. But you're going to be on the wrong side of history.
His
That's
genius
fine.
drove him
I just
crazy.
don't want to be on that side. Yeah.
Okay, we could talk about Kanye for a long time. Neither one of us support him. He gets trash. So is Elon Musk.
No. I'm good. I'm sorry. I like these people, like, they want it, but they get off. The thing is, some of these people just want press. Like when I worked as a publicist, there was clients that didn't care if it was good press or bad press. They just wanted to be in the media. And that's all he wants. So every time he says something and all of these news stations fall for the clickbait, like, it's on purpose. Like, he doesn't, as long as you're talking about them, they don't really care if it's good or bad.
That's ridiculous to me. I can't even understand how somebody could fathom to have such horrible ideals and to share them only to we could talk about this a long time. Amir, we get sidetracked way too much because I want to bring up Diddy. I want to. You're watching the trial, aren't you?
I'm not watching the trial because I don't like the energy of it. So I've fully unsubscribed. I mean, I see the clips of like, Cassie's, husband coming in and the mom and all. But like a lot of it, I'm just like, I'm unsubscribing. I've actually met Cassie and she's lovely. So I've always believed her. I've heard horror stories about Diddy. We had clients that would leave his parties early. But I also don't like the narrative that like people are love throwing the gay thing around. And I'm like, he's a predator first. So let's not like say gay predator. He's a predator. And then you can talk about his sexuality.
Okay.
So I think that's important to me.
How about this? How about I just had a thought that maybe if Diddy was allowed to be gay, if he's gay, then maybe all of these things wouldn't happen. Okay, all right, that is.
I mean, listen. The hip hop community is historically one of the most homophobic spaces, probably outside of the Middle East. But I think that that's something that they don't see as a symptom of it. And there's so many on the DL singers and rappers that sleep with trans people, and they're with the gay men, and like there's a lot of that. So I don't think it's just Diddy. But again, he's obviously a predator. It's beyond. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I understand. And that wasn't even on the docket. But I love that we discussed this. I've been watching it all day. So there it is. Moving right along to the next thing. And I had a whole big segue from internet feeling safe on the internet to me not feeling safe on the internet because but then we got distracted by Diddy. But here we are now because there is a picture that's going around of a pool party full of muscle gays in Speedos. And someone made a meme.
I have the picture. You sent it to me.
I do, and I have it here too. So I'm going to put it in the studio. So it was a Speedo party, and they made a meme about it that said, if you walked into the Speedo party and found this, what would you do? Amir, what would you do if you walked into the party and found this?
I would go into the kitchen and I would hide all of their protein powders. They'd have a breakdown and then I'd just leave. I'm just kidding. I don't feel safe in those kind of environments. I don't feel safe. I mean, listen, can I do it? And have I done it? Absolutely. I've been the only person that was like just other in that room. I've been in those spaces. And I think in the beginning of coming out, I dealt with that a lot. And I think as I got older and I got more comfortable, I was like, well, actually, I don't need to go to that pool party during Pride because I don't want to and I don't feel comfortable and safe. So I found my own community, within it. And I think also don't underestimate your friends that are straight. Like, you don't need to come out and then ditch all of your friends because of their sexuality. So I have a lot of friends that I go to Pride with and they're all straight. Like, I don't think you need to like necessarily be that. Yeah. Like, I don't think you necessarily need to be like only hanging out with gay men. Other gay, like, I don't think that's like a thing. I don't know. So when I see stuff like this, aside from like the whiteness of it, I'm also triggered with the like, everyone looks the same. It's all the same body.
Everyone looks the same.
It's all the same body types too. I'm like, not anyone has any ounce of body fat, which I'm like, there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself, looking good. Like, I'm not criticizing any of that. It's just when it looks like you don't have anyone that looks
You,
different than you at
you don't
all, it
talk
just
to
seems
anyone other than
boring.
people that look like you. That is
Yeah,
completely what it looks like. Go ahead. I'm
it's
sorry. Continue.
boring. It's boring. That's all I was gonna say. I just think it's like it's very boring. And like, have I been with men that look like that? Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I found them attractive and I thought they were lovely. I think there's not this like, it's not like a broad stroke of like every white gay that goes to Barry's boot camp is problematic. But are some of them? Yeah. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, if your whole personality is Equinox, like, we're not gonna gel.
Yeah.
That's just me. You'll find someone else. There's a lot of people in the community that like Erewhon and Equinox is their personality, and that's fine. It's just not me.
Yeah. Well, the internet is up in arms because, like we mentioned, there's a lack of diversity there against so many
Mm-hmm.
merits. And
Mm-hmm.
so, with some people saying this picture, and many like them, because this picture comes up a lot, this type of picture where it's all a certain type of gay person at the pool party. So, it makes these types of pictures make the round every year, as far as I'm concerned. But people are stating that this is clearly evidence of racism and uh, body ism, discluding people that are a little bit
Yeah.
bigger. I don't know what the word for
Sure.
that is.
Yeah, what is the word for that? I guess a lack of body positivity. But I feel like in the wake of
Yes.
like, the Ozempics and everyone's like, so I think there's like this shift out of that. And I think that like, however your body looks like, if you're okay with it, like that's great. But I think that, I've been to like Fire Island and gone to the, underwear parties, and there's this like premium on looking a certain way in the community. And you can't deny that's a fact. That there is a
Oh yeah.
premium about looking a certain way. And I'm like, I was guilty of like feeding into that, but like I think there's a lot of gay men that will get themselves sick with eating disorders and taking all the protein and the steroids and the whatever. And it's like trying to
Steroids.
look that way. It's not healthy. And at the end of the day, if those people are doing it healthy, that's fine. But also, I don't want to get on a soapbox, but just because someone looks healthy does not mean they're healthy on the inside. Like their
And
body's not
also,
healthy. They might have
people
other
that don't
stuff. You're
look like
doing
you are
cocaine,
completely
blah, blah, blah.
lovely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Always. People that don't look like
Mm-hmm.
you are completely lovely. You can
Mm-hmm.
probably have so many more fulfilling relationships and friendship with people
Mm-hmm.
that don't look like you. I'm not saying that
Mm-hmm.
they don't have fulfilling relationships, but I'm saying open up your mind. Maybe there are
Mm-hmm.
people out there that are for you that aren't necessarily you're
Right.
going to sleep with, but just because they don't have
Right.
the same body type as you doesn't mean, or they're not the same skin color, it doesn't mean you can't have a fruitful and filling relationship. I was actually on the internet when this came out, and there was a comment that came up, and
Mm-hmm.
it said something like, if it was a group of people of color,
Mm-hmm.
then this wouldn't be happening. I That people wouldn't be as up in arms, but because it's all white people, then that's why people have more of an issue. And you know me, I got a big mouth. I was like, you know what, people of color that usually band together and have these types of gatherings with just people of color are doing it for a safe space. They're doing it to protect themselves from racism in the gay community. So I think that we all need to take a step back, take a look at all of this, and how we can navigate this as kindly and as humanely as possible.
Absolutely. And I think that the fact that your comment was deleted says a lot
Oh, I
about,
didn't even get to
oh,
that
did you?
point. I
I
told
thought
you
you mentioned that.
offline.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm like hearing you. I literally heard that. Am I going crazy?
I told you earlier offline, but yeah, my comment, I don't know if it got deleted or if the post got deleted or if the comment where the guy said that people of color can have this gathering. I don't know, but my comment is no longer there because I was going to pull it up
Mm-hmm.
and say, oh, and quote it directly and quote his quote directly, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
there anymore. So I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
happened. And you told
Maybe he
me
deleted.
offline that if they delete your message, they send you a message. So
Yes.
I got
Yes.
nothing. So I'm
Yes.
gonna say
No,
that
but if they
maybe
report it enough, they'll just take it off.
they'll
Like,
just
so
take it off.
if enough people report it, they don't usually give you a warning.
I'm saying I'm claiming racism from Meta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
From Meta.
Instagram
There you
is
go.
racist.
There you
I
go.
know.
There you go.
We
I believe
we
it.
gotta
I believe
let's
everything.
start
And,
a campaign. Let's
let's
march
start a
on them.
campaign. But you know, white people love. I mean, even with the whole Snow White of it all, everyone. Oh, of course, it's a race thing. It's like you guys are so obsessed with like even with a fictional movie like Little Mermaid, Snow White, to preserve the whiteness. You guys are you're not going to even see the movie, but you're obsessed with. And I'm sure a lot of people in those comments are not even gay. They might not even be like in the community, but they feel the need to defend. I understand your circumstance sometimes. Like, remember that picture that Kristen Bell posted where it was all white people at a dinner party? Did you see that picture a couple months ago?
No. I like
So
her too, so please don't tell
I
me
like her
she did
too.
something crazy.
She didn't do anything crazy. She just posted it, and people were like, I mean, you don't have a single black friend. And it's like, and I understand that she doesn't need to go out there and make a black friend or an Asian
Yeah,
friend. Or
no. I
and
don't
then
know
I
if
guess
that's
there was
authentic
one
from her.
Indian girl. There was one Indian girl in the picture. And it's like, I understand. But also, you have to understand this is her circumstance. Like, she is surrounded by white. Like, I'm like, maybe that's just, and maybe some of
Maybe
these
it's
white
just her
guys.
family.
That's what I'm saying. You know, no, it wasn't her family. It was like other famous white.
Oh, please save her for me. I like Kristen Bell.
No, I like her too. I'm just saying people were very upset, and I think that like I understand that frustration. Even with this, like it is kind of like, oh, here we go. But also, you have to understand some of these people are like, I don't know, Dave from Chicago, all around white people. I'm like, I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just saying some people just don't. They don't mix. Like I don't know how to like whether it's white supremacy or it's something less insidious. I think some people just they don't. They don't. I don't know. They just don't have black friends, and I'm like,
They're not open-minded enough. They're closed-minded and they're set in their
sure,
ways. I don't know.
sure.
I'm not going to judge,
Sure. I
but
don't, and it's also like I don't want someone who's going to go out and make a friend because Black Lives Matter. That's weird. Does
yeah,
that make
it
sense?
is
Like,
weird.
I
I
also
agree with you.
want someone to be genuine. Like, if you want to make a friend, make a friend. If they happen to be Persian or Black or Asian, great. But if you're going, like, because I've had guys that are like, "Oh, hey, Aladdin," I'm like, nope, I'm not going to check
Wait a
a box for
minute
you.
now.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hmm.
No. No,
Oh
who
yeah.
thought that was okay? I'm sorry I'm laughing, but what?
No, you can laugh because I laughed and I thought, but it's like for a lot of people, like we are proclivities that they want to check off a box. Like he's like, I've never been with a Middle Eastern guy. I want to check that out. It's like, I don't want to be that box for you. I don't want to be that box for you.
Could it
Like I
not
don't
be
want to be
also
fetishized.
because you're like, could it be because you're hot first and then maybe? No, I don't know. I don't know what else would make
I
it
mean, I
better.
hope so. I mean, I hope it's that's part of it. But I'm just saying that I think
Oh my God.
there's a lack of
I wanted to have
education
this
and
discussion,
sensitivity. There you
but
go.
I'm exhausted now.
I've exhausted you. I mean, listen, I just want to say this and wrap it up for me is that
Yeah,
like people can hang out with whoever they want. I'm not going to tell people what to do, but I also think it's alarming in 2025 that you don't have even one friend or colleague or
I do think so.
coworker that's not white. So, anyways, moving on.
Well, my final thoughts on this are we're
Yeah.
everywhere. Black people, Persian people, Asian people.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. Okay. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's completely
Mm-hmm.
possible in 2025 for you to have at least one person of color as in your
Just
friend group.
one.
But I'm not judging.
Right.
Your
Right.
circumstance is your circumstance. But
Sure.
also, I want to say in the comments, there was a guy that was like, oh, they just all hate white people. And I was like, I wanted to say back to him, but I didn't want to get my comic deleted. But which it happened anyway. But so I wanted to say back to him, no, we just hate white people like you. White people that are not open-minded, white people that are not uh here, they are comfortable with the status quo and they won't fight for what is right. That's what we are. Those are the white people we have a problem with. So, sir,
Absolutely.
to you, I'm saying
It's
it
not
on this
you.
platform.
Yeah. It's you, it's
Now,
not all people. You know what I mean? And I think that making
exactly.
that distinction is important. And I think for a lot of
I
people
think so
that
too.
they're like, oh, you hate all white people. And of course, here we go making it about race. The fact that you think that most of stuff isn't about race shows your white privilege, shows like what you're doing. It is about that.
It's ingrained in so many things.
You know how
So,
many people have told me that my English is so good?
girl,
You know, how many,
mama, you know how many times I've heard that?
I was born here, so why would my English be bad? Like I don't.
Sometimes on this show, I don't want to speak in Ebonic vernacular because I don't want people to think that I am not intelligent, basically.
There you go. That's a real thing. I
So
mean, the people make those distinctions. I mean,
it's
I have heard so
pervasive.
many times, oh, like I thought you were going to be darker. You're in an interview. Like you're Persian. I thought you were going to be more tan. I thought you were going to be more olive. I didn't expect you to look so white. No, no, sir.
What?
Like, oh yeah. I've heard it all, girl.
I don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna take a
I
drink and
know.
we're gonna move on. Okay.
Yes, let's
You
move
want to
on.
get
I need
into
a drink.
some Reddits? Reddits are
Yes.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So okay, let me take a sip.
I know this conversation stressing me out. These white people, honey.
So we're moving to Reddit, and this one says his gaming phone addiction, this person's boyfriend, uh, and his boyfriend's old friends with benefits. What is next? This Redditor posts, I'm usually pretty calm with life, but recently my boyfriend, who is 30, I don't know why he needed to put his age, with his phone and game addiction
He's
is getting to
grown.
me.
Grown.
I know, right? 30 is old enough. All right, let's talk about that. Wake it up.
Mhm.
I get put on red for hours. Unacceptable. He can't talk to me on the phone without playing a game in the background. Meh. I sometimes sit in
Fine.
silence for 10 minutes and I just hang up and he gets upset, but I'm tired of waiting to talk. He is unemployed and had to borrow money to keep afloat. And when I asked him how the job search is going, he said that
Mhm.
no jobs are available, so why search?
Oh,
One
girl,
of his
no
old
job. There's a whole website, girl. Indeed.com.
Indeed, honey, indeed. One of his old friends with benefits came creeping around again, making him dinner and pays way too much attention to him for an old
No.
friends with benefits. Then, as luck would have it, the old friends with benefit purposely sends photos of me and them sleeping next to each other with the caption, "He is in good hands."
Oh my God, you're gonna catch hands
Oh,
on
photos
site. On site.
of them, of the
Uh
both
huh.
of them
Uh
sleeping.
huh.
He sent it to the
Yep.
boyfriend. He is in good
Mm-hmm.
hands. So I confront the friend with benefits.
Mm-mm.
Why? I don't know, because uh
Mm-mm.
and he says, "You are right. I was upset as I am being lied to, and this isn't the first time. I thought dating someone in their 30s that he would be mature by now, but seems like he only tells me enough to keep him from officially lying. I've decided to cut things off, and so that they can move forward. I'm always wondering what is coming next." Wow, this is a wild story. He cheated on his boyfriend, and the friends with benefits sent pictures to the official boyfriend. That is ridiculous. What do you think? What is your advice to this person?
It's an emotional roller coaster. Wait a second. So the new boyfriend and the guy that's unemployed cheated on the friends with benefit with the new boyfriend, and now the
No, you
friends with
can't cheat
benefit
on
is
a friend
mad.
with benefits.
I guess
He
you
cheated
can. Okay,
on
so
his boyfriend with his friends with benefits, and the friends with benefits took a picture
oh,
and sent it
okay.
to the actual boyfriend.
Oh, so they did cheat because the way I understood the story is that there was no cheating. It's just the friends with benefits is just like being a friend, and I was like, girl, no. Like,
No,
why are we
because they were
buying
in
that
bed
story?
together. They were cuddled up, and a picture got taken, and it said that along with a message that he's in good hands. How they got my phone number, I don't know, because I would
No
not.
thanks. No thanks. I would be there, you'd get catching hands on site. I'm like, no, that's a no for me. That I'm like, first of all, this person's dead weight. And I'm not saying that people have moments in their life and you have to kind of work through it. But if someone's not trying
I've
to
been
help
there.
themselves, I'm not going to help you. If you don't want to help yourself, I think that when I've been really low, it's important if you cannot keep afloat. And that's totally fine. I understand mental health and you're struggling with trying to find a job. It's very difficult. Don't be in a relationship and don't be acting a fool with the friends with benefit, making your dinner. Like, no, you need to, I think personally, you need to step away from your relationship and focus on yourself and get healthy because why are you bringing someone else down with you? I just don't like that. I don't like
I
that.
don't think you have to be perfect to be in a relationship. I think that
No,
people
no, you don't need to be
go
perfect.
through ebbs and flows in life. And me personally, I
Mhm.
have been down and out,
Mhm.
not in Beverly Hills, but just down and out. And so I was appreciative of people that were there for me in that moment in time.
Mhm.
I still love
Mhm.
them very deeply. Um,
But I don't think that. But there's a difference between like people being there for you and you taking advantage of those people.
Oh, there it is right there. There it is right there because he didn't even want to
This
get a
guy's
job.
taking
And that
advantage.
was my first
This guy's
red
taking.
flag. And
Mhm.
so there were several red flags there. And I would have let him go as soon as the old boyfriend was making dinner for him because you can have
No
him. He
thanks.
has no job. I'm taking care of this
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Yeah. You can have
and he
him.
can't even
He's
be
just not
loyal.
that into you. He's
I
just not
would
that
have
into
let
you.
him go so fast. It doesn't,
Mhm.
his head would have spun. His shit would have been on the corner.
In the box to the left, girl. It's done.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $100. We are good to go. You can go be with that man because he
Mm-hmm.
wants you,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yes.
am, and I am
Yes.
okay. I am done with this right
Mm-hmm.
now. So
Mm-hmm. He needs to.
yeah,
Doug said he needs to dump the dead weight. Yes, honey. That's what I'm
yes,
saying.
he did. And you know what? Like I said before, we've all been there. But I think that once you stop trying to help yourself, that is a breaking point right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, moving right along to the next Reddit. This Redditor asks, what do you do after sex? There are two scenarios for them. When they breed a guy, they instantly fall asleep, or if they manage not to fall asleep, they shower with them and mess around a little with his asshole while showering. Oh my gosh, the spelling on Reddit sometimes, and cleaning the
It's so
lube
bad.
and
So bad.
hugging and kissing until they fall asleep. I was like, girl, what does that even say? Is that English, girl? Okay,
What
so
are
what do
these
you do
two
after sex?
scenarios? These scenarios are like it's like so. It's like, do you want to go to Sonic or do you want to go to Paris on first class and stay in the
There.
suite? I'm like, what? These are so different. And then half the people commented just cuddle and go to sleep. I mean, I think for me, do you want me to answer personally or?
Yes, answer
Okay, okay.
personally.
Okay, so I think for me, it's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe some of the second option, I guess, but I don't really have like it's not like a set thing. It's kind of like what I'm feeling in the moment. I mean, sometimes if the person like goes to sleep, I can go one more time and I might just kind of jerk off one more time. But
Okay,
generally, I like to
bitch.
just get clean. Go one more time. I might need to go one more time, and then I'm good. Or like, and I also like to take shower alone. There's something about showering with a person. I've done it before and I don't mind it, but it's kind of like I'm like I like my alone time. I also don't like to cuddle when I sleep. I like a sound machine. I'm like one of those
Oh,
people. So I
Amir.
don't do sleepovers. I'm not a really sleepover person.
You don't do sleepovers? Okay, this reminds me of a story that I'm gonna. So me personally, I after sex, after the
Mm-hmm.
culmination of sex, which isn't shouldn't even be the culmination of
Not
it
the
because
culmination. Okay.
after I
Okay.
come,
Okay.
I like to have a little chat. I like
Oh,
to
that's
cuddle
cute.
some. I like to
Okay. A
talk about our
chat.
days and make sure that, they're feeling lovely and that everything's good. So
Oh,
I have been out
that's
of a
nice.
relationship for a little while now. And so I haven't gotten that experience in a while. Normally I just put on my pants and I after I come and I leave. I come and
You're
I
the
go.
first option A. Option A. You're
But
like, leave.
recently,
Yeah.
like Monday, actually, I went over some guy's house and he invited me over in the guise of we're gonna watch some TV and we're just gonna,
Okay.
chat and make out a little bit.
Nice.
Okay, cut to 10 minutes in, we're having full on sex.
I love it.
And
You said
afterward,
guys? So there was multiple. It was three, or you said
no, it was
guys?
just one. It was just
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, okay,
it was just one. He was great.
okay.
So after the sex, I do my
Okay.
regular. I'm putting on my pants, and he's like, "Wait, I thought we were gonna watch TV," and I was like, "Oh, we get to
Oh,
watch TV."
nice. You're like,
It
oh, I
was
didn't know
so
that was on the docket.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't. I wasn't trying to be his boyfriend or anything like that, but I was
Yeah,
very
I don't think
excited.
like there has to be somewhere between putting on your pants right after and being a boyfriend. So I think you're like jumping the gun a little bit there. Just watching a little TV does not
You
make you
think
a boyfriend.
so? Oh
I
no,
think
I
so.
didn't. I really, honestly didn't think so. But I would. I Yeah, the connections that I've had in the past 2 months, it's put on your
Mhm.
pants and leave. But I was
Got it.
very pleasantly
Got it.
surprised by being able to, cuddle and spoon a little bit and watch
Nice.
TV. We watched Black
That's nice.
Mirror. It was so cute, and I adored it. So
Oh, that's nice. I mean, that sounds nice. But do you think
hope I can
that,
go back
okay, not
soon.
to psychoanalyze you, do you want to lie down? I'm going to psychoanalyze you real quick, if you don't mind. Do you think that, like, when you're like, do you think that if you ask some of those guys for that, like, let's chat, do you think that it would be being too vulnerable? Like, you just feel like there's no
Wow.
opening. There's no opening for
Dr.
it.
Amir, what is going on here?
Sorry. I grew
PhD.
up with a family of
Heavy
therapists,
on the
so
D.
sorry.
I don't think that they would. I think a lot of them would actually probably. Well, no, because I've been told by a lot of them, not a lot of them, a couple of them, that is not like. And I'm going off on a tangent here.
I
A
asked you to
couple
go
of
on a
them,
tangent. Sorry.
a couple of them would have 100% are like, okay, it's time for you to leave. And then I would say, so 30% did that. 30% are like, you are a wonderful person. They're very open and honest and like comforting. They're like, you are fantastic. That was fantastic. I am not a cuddler and you have to leave.
It sounds like me. Sounds like me.
That
That's
is
literally
exactly
me.
you.
Okay, great. So I'm part of that 30%. I'm like, you were lovely. Thank you so much, but you gotta go. I gotta go to sleep. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I've actually been told that by a guy. I was like, oh,
Okay.
can we cuddle a little bit? And he's like, we can, but not for very long because I don't
That's
like
me. That's me.
it.
I'm like, I will give you 15 minutes or until my arm falls asleep, and then you gotta go. Like, because then I'm gonna
It was
resent you.
hilarious.
I'm
And
gonna
then the
resent
other
you.
33%, it was completely ambiguous. Like I could have asked them and they could have said no or they could have said yes. So I have no
Got
determining factor. So
got it.
yeah,
Got it.
but I
Wow,
found
very
one and he lives down the street.
qualitative.
So I'm good to go. Yeah, I do my
Oh,
my
good.
my market research. So our next
Not the market research. That's hilarious. Okay,
and we like
got
to
it.
finish up here with our thirst trap recap, and it's 20 of these gay porn stars and who took the best photo. Did you get a chance to pick your favorite, Amir, for this week?
I did. I was, I know Sharok, so the reason I'm Sharok, so I'm just gonna
Oh
pick
my
him
God,
because
he's so
he's so
hot.
nice. He's so nice. He's so lovely. Like I've run. I mean, we're not like best of friends, but I've run into him a couple times, and he's so nice. He's come to my events before. Such a nice guy, so down to earth,
Oh
and
my God.
the dick is dicking. So I was
The
like, I'm
dick
not mad
is dicking. Oh my
at
God, there
him.
are so many good ones. Wade Wolfgar
So
is
many good
so
ones.
good. He's shoving a dildo up his ass.
Hmm.
Diego Sands is so good. He's also
Oh, he's
stuffing a
good.
dildo up his
He's
ass. That
good.
is a great one. But my porn crush is
Hmm.
Matthew Ellis. And this picture is so fucking hot. He's laying on a
Hmm.
bed. He must have just jacked off. He's got an uncut dick. He's got these stockings on with like a
I
lace
saw the stockings.
bodice.
Hmm.
Uh, and
Hmm.
they were ripped, honey, and they are ripped in all the right places. He must have just come. He is
So good.
holding a string of cum from his finger to his dick, and
Love
it
that.
is so hot. I just
I
want to
love
lick it
that.
up right now, and
Mm.
he's my
Mm-mm-mm.
pick for the week. I'm voting for him right now
He's a good
because
one. He's a good
I
one.
would wreck him.
Ah! I love it.
and I
He
want
did.
and I want him to know. I want him to know that I would wreck him, and because
You should slip into those DMs, honey.
I think I might. So yeah, and that's
I think you
wonderful.
should.
Thank you,
I
Amir.
think, of course, of course. There was that producer. I don't know if you heard the Bravo producer who like talked a lot. He's like now in OnlyFans. He said he got fired because he was on Bravo. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, yeah, yep. We
So,
reported on him, Patrick
so he's
McDonald.
amazing. So Patrick McDonald. So I know him, and so he just did. He's dating actually Sharok's ex boyfriend. He's dating him, and they just did a threesome with your crush. So you can look it up.
But I want to fuck him. I'm now jealous.
Okay,
I want to fuck both of them, and actually,
okay, got it, got
so
it.
but
Live
hopefully
your
I can
life,
get in
girl.
threesome.
Live your life.
Well, that's our show for this evening. Thank
Yes,
you, Amir. You can follow Amir at Amir Yass on Instagram. Is that correct? Did I
Amir
get it
Yas
right?
official. Yes,
Amir Yass official on
yes.
Instagram. You can
Thank you for
follow
having
me
me.
in two different places. You can follow me at Kodi Maurice on Instagram, and then you can follow me on Blue Sky at the same handle, Kodi Maurice. Do you have Blue Sky, Amir?
I don't, but I like it. I go on there every so often and kind of peruse, because Twitter is just it's a dark place. So I'm trying
Do
to
you have
avoid that.
Twitter still?
I mean, I have it just to look at my stuff that's going to get banned soon in Utah, but I kind of but a lot of people have migrated to Blue Sky, so I just go there.
All right, fabulous. And you can follow the amazing Stevie at I am Stevie, so I am underscore Stevie on Instagram, and you can follow our Twitter on at TAGSPodcast. And thank you so much, Amir. It's been so
Of course,
much
though.
fun. You got to come back. I'll see you next week, right?
Yes, I'll be back next week. Yes.
Fabulous, fabulous. And in the meantime, continue having hot gay sex. Yes.
I love that.